Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. This is your host, Venizelos. Host, I don't know if that's the right word, but yes, this is me. I'm gonna be discussing different topics, everything and nothing. I'm a very talkative guy. I like to talk, and yeah, it's time to talk. Um, Big or important note, this is for research and educational purpose only. I'm not an expert in any kind of field. I'm not an educated scientist. I'm not an educated psychiatrist. I'm not anything. I'm just a human being. I've done high school. That's everything I've done, which I struggle with a lot, not because of knowledge, but because of absence. But whatsoever, doesn't matter. We're all human beings. We all have knowledge. We all have something to learn. We all have something to teach people. And that's why I do this channel, to share my knowledge, to get as much knowledge from you guys. And yes, let's start today's topic, and one of my favorite topics, of course. That's why I will go into that one immediately. And that is psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms. I guess most of you know what that is. I've heard about it. Maybe you don't know it all. Maybe you've never heard about it. And that's why we will talk about it. So I think I will be talking about this topic more times, not just this time. But one of the things I want to talk about is the fear about the magic mushrooms, and also just a little quick introduction into them, I guess. Like, what do I know about them? What have I learned about them? What is there? There is a lot of things out there about them. So there is science, there is research done on it, and I have read about a lot of research on it, and I've also done a lot of research on it myself. So yes, let's start off with psilocybin mushroom. Hallucinogenic mushroom is like hallucinogenic mushroom, not what they call it, but it is a hallucinogenic drug. That's also why I don't like many terms that we will use, but we have to use them. That's how we communicate. And I call it medicine. Medicine, that's what it is for me, and it's proven to be. So I will say this medicine is very useful. It's you cannot say needed, because we don't need anything. We have all the answers within us. We don't need anything in the end. We should be happy with what we have, and you don't need to know everything either. The less you know, the more, the better sometimes. So there is no ultimatum. That's my big belief also. Like, we're all different. We all need different things. We all want different things. We all care about different things. We all have different personalities, and as long as you are happy in life, as long as you do what you like and give love around you, you don't have to give love, but as long as you don't hate, and as long as you don't damage people around you, as long as you don't do any harm. So yes, in this topic, I have seen a lot of information out on internet. That's not information, actually. It's mostly comments from people that are meant to be spiritual, are meant to be advocating for mushrooms. They do them themselves, and they just spread a lot of fear, which I don't like, and that's also what I want to talk about. So first of all, do your research. Once again, research about it. There's a lot of research out there, and what research says about it, so we can go into that a little, is that mushrooms slow down your brain. It, in small dose, it will enhance your vision with 200%, if I remember correct. But it will enhance your vision. You will notice patterns easier. You will notice movement and catch movement faster, and like, it's just slow motion, kind of, I would say. You see things in slow motion. In a more immediate dose, you start giggling, laughing, social boundaries dissolve. You start interacting with people easier. You don't think too much, I would say. Like, it's a very fun experience with a medium dose, especially if you're with the right people. And that's also something that we are going to discuss a lot, that set and settings, very important things. You don't just go take mushrooms wherever or whenever or without any knowledge. Like, you should do your research, you should know about them, you should definitely learn about set and settings, so you like do a perfect setup. Like, it's like going to the cinema. You will not just go to the cinema, sit and watch a movie without any snacks. You will prepare yourself with snacks, you will prepare yourself with everything that makes you comfortable watching the movie, cinema. And this doesn't need to be a cinema, it's at home when you want to have a nice gaming session, movie session, whatsoever. You make yourself comfortable. It's the same thing with a mushroom. You don't go do it uncomfortably, right? You will go prepare a nice setting, like maybe in your house with a lot of snacks, and watch a nice movie when you do your first small dose or whatsoever. So yeah, do your research, set and settings. Number one, you should know yourself as much as possible. That's also not, you will learn yourself much better after the mushrooms for sure. And that's the whole purpose, go into yourself. And then we come to the bigger dose. To the bigger dose, science has proven that it shuts down a specific part of the brain, and other parts of the brain start communicating. So what's happening is that your control center is being closed. It goes offline. So your autopilot, things that you do automatically, things that you take for granted or whatsoever, I don't know how to put it down in words, it's very hard. And that's what I also want people to understand in this channel, that conversations can sometimes take years. Like, now I took a worst case scenario, it depends on the topic and so on, but you cannot make a conversation in 5 minutes. It takes time. You have to maybe have many conversations just to understand each other and get to the same level and start getting deeper, or whatever. So in this case also, there's a lot of questions. I want you to ask questions. I want you to tell me your experiences. I'm here to tell my experience, my opinions, my beliefs, and then we add everything together and make something bigger out of it. Like, that's how it is. That's how I have gotten my knowledge. I go speak with people, I just gain more knowledge. I have heard from so many people their opinions, their experiences, and now we talk generally in life, not only about psilocybin mushrooms. But yes, let's go back to the mushrooms. Well, the science is there. It's very healthy with mushrooms. It's almost never harming anybody. Like, it's very rare cases that people harm themselves. It's very rare cases that people go to the hospital, or, as people sometimes say, and I hate hearing this, people get schizophrenic by mushrooms. Getting schizophrenic by mushrooms has only happened to people that already was schizophrenic or had like very severe damage, mentally damaged. So you have to be in like 1 in a million, worst case humans, they maybe have a danger in these cases, yes. Once again, you know yourself. Most people, you and me, we're just regular people. Most people, I'm not just a regular people either. I have also been through a lot. I have, like, I would say I'm not just a regular, but in the end we are all regular. We all go through things in different ways. Like, I cannot say that I had a worse life than somebody else, or that I had a tougher or more experience. No, we're all the same. And that's what I wanted people to understand, that no, everybody should be trying out these mushrooms and get to know themselves with care, with cautious, do research. Slowly, I hope that it will get legalized everywhere also, because that's also a big issue. If it's not legal, you cannot even ask for help if needed. Not that you need, but yes. And that's the point I want to get to. Let's talk about hospitalization, for example. Getting hospitalized by mushrooms, that's not possible. You ran to the hospital because you got afraid. You called for the ambulance, or like your friends thought that it was something wrong with you or whatever. Like, you can freak out, yes. Your ego is fighting with yourself, and a lot of different explanations. I like to that explanation. It's the ego fighting with itself, and different things that you have done in life maybe haunt you, or it's so complicated, and everybody will have such a different experience, and every time is such a different experience. But there is some main rules that also will affect these things, as we talked about, set and settings. And another main thing that will affect it is your temple, your body. If you consume it for too many, like, you should not even consume it 2 days in a row. Like, it's meant to do one big dose once a year when it grows in nature. That's what I believe. That's how God sent it to us, and not daily. It's not meant to mix it with other stuff. It's not meant to take way too big doses if you have never taken any. Like, there is some main rules that just are logical, but people will get confused, people will do wrong, and that's why we have to talk about it. And hospitalization, it's not a thing. You cannot get hospitalized by mushrooms because of any toxicity or anything like that. No, it just doesn't happen. You can freak out, run to the hospital, ask for help. You will calm down, which is important, and that's what I mean with being legal would be good, because people that maybe are having bad experiences, they could call an ambulance, and the ambulance can calm them down and say, you know what, you're just on mushrooms, all good, calm down, brother. Instead of being at home, being worried, not having the balls to call an ambulance or whatsoever, and nobody to calm you down. So yes, hospitalization, big myth. You cannot get hospitalized by mushroom except of you thinking that you need the hospital, or your friends thinking that you need hospital. You just need to calm down. And then this other assumption and things I've read on the internet, you can become schizophrenic. Schizophrenic? No, it's very, very rare cases by people that was already schizophrenic, or that was in very bad mental stage. Like, it's just not happening. You will not take mushroom and become schizophrenic. You will not get into a psychosis and be there forever. Once again, I read this on the internet once. It was a picture about psilocybin mushroom. It was a meme, I don't remember what, and somebody wrote in the comments that they have had a permanent trip, and that they're stuck in this trip, and when they 5 or 10 years later finally got out of it, they can't smoke weed, because every time they smoke weed they get this bad trip. And I just had to ask. I asked simple questions. How much did you take? How many days in a row did you eat these mushrooms? And was you with people or was you alone? Did you mix with any other substances? Blah, 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 etc., etc. I wanted to know as much as possible, because this was one of these cases where I hear someone say that they got a permanent damage by the magic mushroom. And I'm like, no, I want to hear about this. How did this happen? Is this true? Am I wrong? Is it really possible to get damaged by the mushroom? I wrote like 10 questions. I waited for an essay. This person just wrote me, no, sorry, it was on LSD. Yes, okay, then it's a different topic. And that was also something someone discussed the other day, saying that psychedelics can cause these things, and sending me these articles trying to prove me wrong. And I'm like, please send me an article about psilocybin mushrooms, not psychedelics in general, because psychedelics in general, then they speak about LSD, MDMA, even weed. Like, you should not even mix weed with mushrooms. You should be totally clean in your body. You should be fasting for days, if possible, before you eat the mushroom. The cleaner your body is, the less toxicity it has, the better the experience will be, the purer you will feel, and the purer the thoughts will be. So there are some things that people should get to know before taking the mushrooms. That's why I'm doing this video, also for people to come with all the knowledge. We can empower each other and not spread fear. Don't say to people you can get hospitalized by mushroom. That's just bullshit. You're just hiring the risk for this person to maybe get that bad trip. So there's no reason to say that. That's like telling my kid before we jump in the car, we might crash. Like, yes, there is a possibility for we might crash, but that's not something you tell a little kid to be afraid every time he gets in a car. Like, you don't tell people that goes, or even if they don't even want to try, you will never say that. They will never even think about trying them then. Like, it's better to just keep that out of the picture. Bad trips might happen, but hospitalization, no. You will never need hospital from mushrooms. There's no toxicity that can damage you in them. And becoming schizophrenic, same thing there. That will just not happen. You will not get stuck into a permanent psychosis. That happens by LSD, it happens with other psychedelics, maybe, yes. With mushrooms, I just have no cases. And that's once again why I'm doing this video. Do you have other proof? Can you say otherwise? Please comment below. Please send me the articles. Please send me the proof. Prove me wrong. But I have been out there for years now searching. Never met a case like that, never read about a case like that. Mushrooms are just no harm at all. You might harm yourself, as some people say. Once again, then it must be a very bad mental state that people, like, if you will harm yourself, you would never do that. You would never, even if you're fucking high on mushrooms. Worst case scenario, you lay down screaming. And that is not even crazy at all. Like, it just can't happen. I've had many trips. I have had good ones, bad ones. Even the bad ones I'm just laughing at. And yes, I would have called hospital if it was legal one of the last times. I would actually have done that. I thought I was dying and stuff, but today I'm just laughing at it. And I would have laughed even if I went to the hospital, because first of all, I knew it was in my head. Second of all, I was stupid. I just mixed alcohol with mushrooms. I went to a rave with too many people that interfere with your thoughts. So yes, we will go into this deeper into in other videos, like how the mushroom actually works. Now I just wanted to scratch the surface a little. I just want people to calm down, stop scaring people, and especially you people that take mushrooms. Don't say that this is not for everybody. You have to be in a good mental state. We're all fucked up in here. We all have our issues. Come on. Are you the bright and clever one here that can take the mushrooms and not your friends? Or like, we're all the same. Everybody will have a big chance of having a bad trip too, because we have been through things, and it's only good to fight with your ego a little here and there. And once again, you will not go straight into a bad trip either. Like, going to a bad trip usually needs a big dose also. So you will probably test yourself slowly, and then one day maybe get a bad trip, but even that bad trip will end in just some hours. So it's nothing big, and bad trips are usually, as I thought last time, I thought I was dissolving, that I was becoming, like, my soul was spreading out, or my consciousness, and I would be in every single person and living being. So I would be all animals, all plants, it was so scary because I was dissolving into this thing, and I was also believing I would become the Big Bang. People that have taken mushrooms understand how these things can happen in your brain, and it can be a little scary, but you also just have to let go. You also just have to be like, okay, this is in my head, I'm just fucked up. And yes, I took a little bit too much mushroom, mixed them with alcohol, not good. And I was on a rave with a lot of people, and yeah, that was definitely not the biggest reason, but it was mixing. And I think it was like 5th day in a row I was eating. So yes, that's also something I have found out. It's just so unhealthy eating them daily. You should be taking them 1, 2, maybe 3 times a year. Like, I prefer once, because it's also, as we say, it's shutting down your brain, making other parts connect. When I was 14, I said it was like doing a reset on my brain. I felt like I deleted unnecessary shit and just got clearer in my head. It was like deleting unnecessary files, the cache, the cookies, all these things that we clean on our computers. So that can't be done daily. There's no reason to. Like, you have to fill up the brain to need to organize it. If you organize it daily, you're just organizing same shit again and again. You will get stuck in a loop and get crazy. Like, that's kind of how I feel every time I do these little more often uses. I see that it's not rewarding, it's not nice, it's even a little uncomfortable. So And of course, I'm talking about big doses. Some people do microdosing, and that's also very important. Microdoses is like 0.1, 0.2. You should not be feeling anything. When I've been doing these straight day after day, I have been taking 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 grams, 5 grams, like bigger doses, and still believing I'm microdosing because I can eat 12 and I love it. I love it. And it depends on the strain. Once again, mushrooms are differ a lot. Like I have strains where 1 gram will send you to heaven. So no, do your research, find out more, talk about it, stop scaring people. You guys that also love mushrooms, I know that you will be sitting here now maybe thinking that no, but it's not for everybody and people should be cautious. Yes, I know, but it's not that scary, it's not that dangerous. People should research more, people should talk about it more. But the dangers with spreading the fear is that people don't even want to discuss it. Like I have friends that just say, no, it's not for me, I would never ever. And I'm like, I know this guy would love it, but he's just too afraid, heard these scary things. And that's usually what people say, like, no, I'm not in the right mental state, I need better mental state. It's getting legalized all around, like it's getting legalized not all around the world, but it's getting legalized in different countries because of how it helps mental illness. So if anybody should take mushrooms, it is people that has a need of better mentality, because we all are a little fucked. We all have bad mentality sometimes. I talk out of my opinions. I would not say all if that's not true, but I really believe that we're all the same. Like, of course you have it, I have it. We don't need to play any theater here, play smart or act like that's not true. Yes, we all have our issues. We all have done bad things in life. We all have things we regret. But we have to let go. We have to be able to breathe. We have to be able to talk. We have to be able to build a better future for ourselves, for our surrounding, and just live life happily. And unfortunately, this is just one thing. I will go into many topics, but psilocybin mushroom is one of my favorite because it just dissolves your ego. It's just so beautiful. You're connecting with nature, getting back into your roots. Some people say you talk with your ancestors. I have spoken with God twice, and first I didn't even believe in God. I just met him in a trip, and yes, it's you creating and so on, but such beautiful experiences. You will learn so much ancient knowledge, some people call it, that nana. People have to learn more about psilocybin mushroom, look at the studies, study themselves. And yes, I hope people like this video and that we will make more of these. I will make more of these, yes, with going into other sections of this specific topic and even other topics. But yes, I want people to comment, ask more questions. Like, I just want to answer as much questions as possible. So if you like write many comments, I can maybe write up all the questions and answer all of them in next video. I don't know, it depends on the topic I'm going to be speaking about, but probably psilocybin mushrooms again, because I expect people also to come and say different things about this topic. And yes, once again, I'm no professional, I'm no expert or anything. I'm a self-proclaimed expert. I call myself an expert in my topic, in this topic, for example. I call myself a psychologist. I think I know a lot about psychology. I call myself even a doctor. Like, I have enough knowledge that I believe that, yes, I'm a doctor for myself. I have enough knowledge to take care of myself, at least. I don't need to know anything else. And if, knock on the wood, anybody around me gets some kind of illness, I will study about that illness and I will be just as good as any doctor. So no, I just believe that people should not be listening to media, should not be listening to propaganda, and be very careful on social media too, because there is a lot of misinformation. And I see people saying these things such as you can get schizophrenic or you can get in a psychosis by using magic mushrooms, and that's just not true. 99% of all of these cases is not even mushrooms they're talking about. They're usually talking about LSD or other psychedelics that are much stronger and much more dangerous. Not just much more dangerous, that are actually dangerous. Some psychedelics might cause really like real damage. So I only love mushrooms. I have tried others too, but that's the only one I feel was natural. That's the only one I feel like was sent to me by nature. I felt it. I knew since I was 14 years old that this is a healthy thing. And it's proven in science even today. It is a healthy thing, and people should research about it. It should get legalized, and yes, we have to talk more about this. So peace out. Thank you for today, and hope to see you again.